So far we have discussed two methods. First one is direct redistribution and second one step method. So now we are going to see the third one. The third one is reciprocal service method. So under this method we have three subdivisions: repeated distribution method, simultaneous equation method and trial and error method. So now I am going to explain one problem based on three different methods. Reciprocal service method. Look at the problem. A company has three production departments A, B and C and two service departments X and Y. The expenses incurred by them during the month are: for A 80,000, for B 60,000, for C 40,000. These are the three production departments and these are the two service departments. For X 23,400, for Y 30,000. The expenses of service departments are apportioned to the production departments on the following basis. So this is a redistribution. So now we are going to redistribute the service department cost to production department based on the proportion which is given in the problem. Expenses of X is transferred to all other departments including service departments. Okay, for A 20%, for B 40%, for C 30%, for Y 10%. Expenses of Y is transferred to all production departments and service department. For A 40%, for B 20%, for C 20%, for X 20%. Show clearly as to how the expenses of X and Y departments would be apportioned the A, B and C departments. So here they have given some information. They ask you to prepare secondary distribution according to repeated distribution method, simultaneous equation method and the last one trial and error method. So now I am going to explain each and everything separately. Look at the format for repeated distribution method. Here particular column and production departments A, B, C, service departments X and Y. See, according to repeated distribution method, first we need to allocate all the expenses or all the overheads according to the primary distribution for each and every department separately. For A 80,000, for B 60,000, for C 40,000, for X 23,400, for Y 30,000. Total expenses for A 80,000, for B 60,000, for C 40,000, for X 23,400, for Y 30,000. Now we need to distribute the service department cost to all other production departments including service department according to the basis of proportion which is given in the problem. Look at the problem. Expenses of X will be transferred to 3 production department and 1 service department and expense of Y will be transferred to 1 service department and all other production department according to the ratio given in the problem. So first start with X department. So first one, service department X. For service department X, this will be applicable 20 is to 40 is to 30 is to 10. So this will be taken up and this will be redistributed to all other departments according to the percentage which is given in the problem. Expenses of X is transferred to A, B, C and Y. For A 20%, for B 40%, for C 30%, for Y 10%. So 20 plus 40 60, 60 plus 30 90, 90 plus 10 100. So 23,400 into 20 by 100, 4,680. For B, 23,400 into 40 by 100, 9,360. For C, 23,400 into 30 by 100, 7,020. For Y, 23,400 into 10 by 100, 2,340. Now we have to take department Y total expense. How much? 30,000 plus 2,340. Total 32,340. This will be redistributed to all other departments. So both production department and service department. Service department Y. Look at the proportion. Expenses of Y. For A 40%, for B 20%, for C 20%, for X 20%. Total 100. So the first one, 32,340 into 40 by 100. 12,936. For B, 32,340 into 20 by 100. 6,468. Same percentage for C and X also. So 6,468 and 6,468. So this amount is reapportioned to all other departments, both production as well as service department. Now go for the X department. So service department X. Okay, now X have 6,468. Now this will be transferred to all other departments. Minus 6,468. See the proportion. Expenses of X will be proportioned according to this ratio and expenses of Y will be apportioned according to this ratio. So this will be repeated until the service department gets 0 value. 6,468 into 20%. 1,294. 6,468 into 40%. 2,587. 6,468 into 30 by 100. And 6,468 into 10 by 100. 647. Now Y department cost transferred to A, B, C and X. For A 40%, for B 20%, for C 20%, for X 20%. 259. Round up the figure. For B 129. For C 129. Now get the total and subtract from 647. Balance we have 130. That extra 1 rupee can be given to X. Repeat the same procedure until we exhaust the entire service department cost. Now get the total. For service department X and Y nil value. The entire amount is distributed to A, B, C according to the ratio. Now get the total for A. 99,201. For B 78,600. For C 55,599. So this is called as a repeated distribution method. Now let us see the second method, simultaneous equation method. See, according to this method, the total overhead cost of service department is ascertained with the help of simultaneous equation. Even though the service department cost is given in the problem, we need to find service department cost with the help of simultaneous equation. After finding the value, we need to redistribute the value to production department on the basis of given percentage. You may get more clarity about this while we do calculations. First, we need to form the simultaneous equation. For that, let small x is equal to total overheads of department X and small y is equal to total overheads of department Y. Look at the problem. Total overheads of X department is 23,400 and total overheads of department Y is 30,000. So both X and Y is a service department. And look at the basis of apportionment here. X department expense is going to apportion based on this percentage. That is, X department expense is allocated to Y at 10%. Expenses of department Y allocated to X at 20%. Now you need to convert the percentage into numbers. In order to convert percentage into numbers, 10 divided by 100 is equal to 0.1. 20 divided by 100 is equal to 0.2. Now form the equation. Small x is equal to total overheads of department X, how much? 23,400 plus 0.2 y. And second equation, y is equal to total overheads of department Y, how much? 30,000. No. So 30,000 plus 0.1 x. This 0.2 y represent 20%. This 0.1 x represent 10%, which is given in the problem. First equation, second equation. Look at the first equation. X is equal to 23,400 plus 0.2y. See, primary distribution cost for X department 23,400. 23,400 plus for X 20% of expenses of Y department. So 20%, 20 divided by 100 is equal to 0.2. 0.2y. In the same way, for second equation, y is equal to 30,000 plus 0.1x. See, as per the primary distribution, department Y total cost 30,000. No, 30,000 plus 0.1x. That is expenses of x how much? 10%. 10 by 100 is equal to 0.1x. Look at the first equation. X is equal to 23,400 plus 0.2y. So first you need to convert this 0.2 into whole number. For that you need to multiply with 5. So 5 into 0.2 is equal to 1y. So first we need to multiply equation 1 by 5. We get 5x is equal to 1,17,000 plus y. That is 5 into x, 5x. 5 into 23,400 is equal to 1,17,000 and 5 into 0.2y is equal to 1y. So we have got third equation by multiplying 5. The next step is now add equation number 2 and equation number 3. Okay, so in equation number 3, y is in the left hand side and x in the right hand side. So just take x into left hand side and take y into right hand side in order to add this value along with the equation number 3. So equation number 3 is 5x is equal to 1,17,000 plus y. So take y in this side and take x in the left hand side. When we transfer this value into left hand side, the plus will be converted into minus and this plus will be converted into minus. Look at the next step. The second equation is converted as minus 0.1x is equal to 30,000 minus y. Just we have interchanged x and y values. And third equation as it is, 5x is equal to 1,17,000 plus y. Now solve the equation. Minus y plus y will get cancelled. Plus 30,000 plus 1,17,000 will get 1,47,000. Here minus 0.1x plus 5x is equal to 4.9x. Okay, so now solve this equation. X is equal to 1,47,000 divided by 4.9. We will be getting 30,000. So x value is 30,000. By solving this equation, we will be getting x value as 30,000. After finding the x value, just substitute this value in equation number 1. Look at the equation number 1. X is equal to 23,400 plus 0.2y. Just substitute x value here. 30,000 is equal to 23,400 plus 0.2y. Now solve this equation. 30,000, take this value in this side, so you will be getting minus 23,400 is equal to 0.2y. 30,000 minus 23,400 is equal to 6,600 is equal to 0.2y. So y is equal to 6,600 divided by 0.2. According to this calculation, y value is 33,000. That is, by substituting 30,000 in equation 1, we are getting y value as 33,000. According to the simultaneous equation, we have got x value and y value as 30,000 and 33,000. The next step is secondary distribution summary. This is the format. So, in particular column, first you have to start with the total expenses as per the primary distribution, which is given in the problem. As per primary distribution. For production departments, A 80,000, B 60,000, C 40,000. For service department, X 23,400, for Y 30,000. So total expense as per primary distribution, 80,000, 60,000, 40,000, 23,400 and 30,000. Now take X department overheads that will be reapportioned to all the departments except X department based on the percentage which is given in the problem. Look at the problem. For redistribution of service department expenses to production department expenses, you need to follow the percentage which is given in the problem. So expenses of X, that is according to simultaneous equation, we have got X value as 30,000 and for Y 33,000. That value will be apportioned to all the departments based on the percentage given in the problem. Expenses of service department X is rupees 30,000. This will be apportioned to A, B, C and Y based on the percentage. Total 100 percentage. 20 plus 40, 60. 60 plus 30, 90. 90 plus 10, 100. The entire expenses of X will be transferred to A, B, C and Y. Expenses of X is 30,000. No, this will be transferred to A, B, C and Y. For A, 30,000 into 20 by 100, 6,000. For B, 30,000 into 40 by 100, 12,000. For C, 30,000 into 30 by 100, 9,000. For Y, 30,000 into 10 by 100, 3,000. After redistributing X expenses to A, B, C and Y, now we need to find the total. 80,000 plus 6,000, 86,000. 60 plus 12, 72,000. 40 plus 9, 49,000. Here 23,400 minus 30,000. So we will be getting minus value. We will be getting minus 6,600. For Y, 30 plus 3, 33,000. Okay, next, expenses of service department Y is rupees 33,000. Okay, this will be reapportioned to all the departments except Y based on the percentage which is given in the problem. For A 40%, for B 20%, for C 20%, for X 20%. 33,000 into 40 by 100, 13,200. 33,000 into 20 by 100, 6,600. 33,000 into 20 by 100, same thing, 6,600. And same percentage, 20%, no, 6,600. So entire 33,000 is reapportioned to A, B, C and X. Now find the total. For A, 86,000 plus 13,200, 99,200. For B, 72,000 plus 6,600, 78,600. For C, 49,000 plus 6,600, 55,600. For X, minus 6,600 plus 6,600, nil. For Y, plus 33,000 minus 33,000, nil. So entire service department X and Y total overheads is reapportioned to A, B and C. See the verification step. Take two simultaneous equation. Equation number 1, equation number 2. Equation 1, X is equal to 23,400 plus 0.2Y and equation 2 is Y is equal to 30,000 plus 0.1X. So two equations are there. X value is 30,000, no. 30,000 is equal to 23,400 plus 0.2Y. Y value is 33,000. Just apply X and Y value in order to verify. So 23,400 plus 0.2 into 33 is equal to 6,600. 23,400 plus 6,600 is equal to 30,000. So X value is 30,000 and we are getting the same value. So 30,000 is equal to 30,000. In the same way for Y also. So Y is equal to 33,000, no, is equal to 30,000 plus 0.1 X value 30,000. So 33,000 is equal to 30,000 plus 0.1 into 33,000. So 30,000 plus 3,000, 33,000. Both the values are equal. This is called verification step. So we have got x value and y value, and we have applied this to two equations and we have got the equal value. This is called as verification step. Now let us see the last method. See the last method, that is trial and error method. So according to this method, so look at the problem. Expenses of x is apportioned to y 10% and expenses of y is apportioned to x at 20%. You have to take only x value and y value. So x value is 23,400 and y value is 30,000 according to primary distribution. Now in the trial and error method, expenses of x is transferred to y at 10% and expenses of y is transferred to x at 20%. This is going to repeat until we get the zero value. We'll see the calculation. According to trial and error method, here particular column and two service departments x and y. So as per primary distribution, x value is 23,400, y value is 30,000. Look at the first one. Expenses of x is transferred to y at 10%. Transferred to y, that is 10% of x value how much? 23,400. So 23,400 into 10%, 2,340 transferred to y. Now second step is expenses of y is transferred to x at 20%. Transferred to x 20% of what? 30 plus 2,340. So 32,340. 32,340 into 20%. 6,468 transferred to x. Now transferred to y. 6,468 no. So 10%. 10% of 6,468 transferred to y. 647. Expenses of y is transferred to x. Transferred to x. How much? 20% no. So 20% of 647 how much? 129. You can round up the figure. Now in the same way we need to repeat the procedure until we get the zero value. 10% of 3 is 0.3. So even we didn't get 1. So you can put dash. Now you can find the total. For x, 23,400 plus 6,468 plus 129 plus 3 is equal to 30,000. For y, 30,000 plus 2,340 plus 647 plus 13. 33,000. So we have got x value and y value according to trial and error method. So far we have discussed 5 different methods under secondary distribution, that is reapportionment. The first one is direct redistribution, second one step method. These two things we have discussed in the separate video. Under reciprocal service method we have discussed 3 different methods: repeated distribution method, simultaneous equation method, and the last one trial and error method. Hope you all understood this concept. Thank you.